Today, we salute those who have served our country.
On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, an armistice was declared between the Allied nations and Germany during the First World War. Armistice Day was later renamed Veterans Day in 1954. Here in Great Falls, the Montana Veterans Memorial held their annual Veterans Day ceremony this morning. Members from Malmstrom Air Force Base, the Montana Air National Guard, and community members came to honor those who are or have served in our armed forces. Judge Gregory Pinsky, along with Governor Steve Bullock, were this year's guest speakers. Both Pinsky and Bullock spoke of who needs to step up and help our veterans in need.
Probably actually talking to veterans and the folks that have given so much, and wanting, as the official governmental leader of the state, for them to know that we appreciate what they gave and that we certainly have obligations back to they and their families.
Governor Bullock came to celebrate the day in Great Falls because of the men and women who are currently deployed from Mang and also the Montana Army National Guard.
The Great Falls Rescue Mission held its 13th annual Veterans Luncheon today. About 30 veterans came through the kitchen for hot food and cake. Rescue Mission Director Jim Kaiser says they serve homeless veterans daily through meals, shelter, clothing, medical care, and Christ-centered recovery programs. Approximately 25% of Rescue Mission clients are veterans. This meal was not just about saying thank you, it was about bringing veterans together.
I think one of the most rewarding things for them is to talk to each other, you know, that they get a chance to talk to each other and kind of share about their journey and what they went through, and it's good to kind of rehash some of that. At the same time too, I think it's also it's good that we let them know that they're important, that their service to this country and to us individually is really important to us.
The lunch was made possible through donations of time and funds from the community.
Well, Veterans Day is certainly about ceremonies. It's also an opportunity to discuss problems facing veterans and possible solutions. Senator Jon Tester was in Missoula today to address some of those concerns.
MTN's Robbie Reynolds takes us there.
We have one, a 4-month-old. It's female, Hazel, yeah.
Sean Grove is now a family man, but around 6 years ago, he was an active duty soldier. From 2004 to 2009, Grove was a Persian linguist in the U.S. Army and served in Iraq. Grove was in Missoula Wednesday morning to join Montana Senator Jon Tester in his State of the Veterans address. Tester talked about improving services for Montana veterans, including shorter wait times to get medical care. And he touted a bill that cleared the U.S. Senate on Tuesday that funds the VA through next September.
If we're going to be asking the VA to do more, we need to make sure it has the resources it needs.
Tester also addressed problems within the VA, such as long waiting times for health care. He says there's a need for health specialists at VA hospitals, something Grove agrees with.
Senator Tester kind of hit on those points where if we had more specialists in the state, the problem is how do you recruit those specialists when they could make more money in the private sector?
Of course, training and recruiting specialists is easier said than done, but Tester says it's a task that he wants to take on.
And I can tell you, if we're going to cut those wait times down, we need to do a better job recruiting and retaining the medical personnel that works in these VA clinics. I think it's very, very important.
In Missoula, Robbie Reynolds, MTN News.
According to Tester's report, around 100,000 veterans live in Montana, making up 10% of the state's population.
In 2003, the Department of Defense and Veterans Affairs released findings showing between 18 and 22 veterans commit suicide every day. Even more disturbing is the assertion of numbers of others that the number of veteran suicides may be even higher. Others say the focus should be on veterans' needs and not the numbers. Veteran Mark Hall came close to ending his own life while deployed to the Middle East. Hall says he, like most military members, have a tough time asking for help.
Trying to figure out who we are when we come home from war. You know, whether it's pride that'll get in our way, or shame, or, oh my goodness, the vast amount of emotions that a person can go through, and if it's unchecked and you don't have anybody helping you, man, those things can overwhelm a person and bring them to the place per se that I got to in my second month of deployment.
Hall says he was finally able to find the help he needed during his second deployment, which ended back in 2011. Tonight on Special Assignment, we'll hear more of his story and his message for other veterans coping with similar feelings. We'll also find out how the Montana Veterans Affairs is working to prevent suicide among those who have served our country.